today I know I'm super stressed out because I said a sentence in class because I'm also a student. I'm a little baby, yes. I said a sentence in class that had all 4 languages that I speak in it, and it wasn't even a long sentence. I go to university in Spain, so the people in class speak in Spanish, right? But we were in Chinese class, so that's already 2 grades of confusion for me, right? I'm already lost, right? And I also had German at 8:30 that morning, so by the time it reached like 5 p.m. I was just like, my brain was off. I don't even know what to do. So like I said, because we had to do like an oral presentation in class, so I said, I think it's 只是 en español oder I was like, and I said it all separately like that, and the look that my teammates gave me, it was really sad. Anna, are you there? Are you still alive? Anna?
I'm here.
Oh my god, you're so loud, you're so close. It's like hearing a ghost. That was scary. You're trying to scare our audience?
No. Just providing evidence that I am indeed still alive.
Okay.
What about you, Emily? I mean, you sound pretty alive.
Yeah, I am still alive. Absolutely. I
Recovering from your traumatic day at university.
Yeah. Recovering from my diagnosis as a terminal polyglot. Yeah, absolutely.
The worst kind of diagnosis.
Absolutely. They say that being a polyglot's like a cool thing, but what they don't know is that it's life's greatest curse. Anyways, so today we have a special request as per a couple of students that have contacted me, proud audience members, that would like to know the difference between 2 very important words in English, may and might.
Ooh, yes.
When you had English classes as a young one, as a youth, Anna, how did you find these particular modal verbs, as they are called? Because I feel like a lot of people I know struggle with this in different languages.
Yeah, it was honestly always a bit confusing, I would say. I think the way I learned the differences between them was just by listening to people speak. Like watching films, listening to YouTubers, and like really hearing how they're used. But I think when I was learning them at school, it was a pain.
Yeah. I think that's something that people struggle to realize is that even in English we don't really get them 100% right, or not that we get them wrong when we speak, but that we don't really create much of a difference between the words may and might. So I thought what we could do is talk about some of the most typical meanings, and then we'll give you a little exercise at the end to test your knowledge. Alright? Hope you're all ready for that, guys. So Anna, why don't you start with may?
I will start with may. So one of the most common meanings for may is it is used to ask a question or make a request in a more polite way. So for example, may I borrow this pen? You're asking for permission to borrow someone's pen. You're making a request. Or you can say, you may go now, to someone. So you are allowing them to go somewhere. You are giving them permission to go somewhere. And you can also answer using may. So you can say, of course you may. Like, of course you can. It is sort of synonymous with can, but it's more formal, more polite in this sense.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, there was when I was in secondary school, the teachers liked to create a difference between can and may. A lot of my students have heard this story because it is so important, but it is 100% true. We had very, very strict teachers when I was in secondary school. It's like a stereotype in Britain that the teachers are quite strict, and it is true. And when you ask to go to the toilet, of course, everybody knows how to say that. They say, "Can I go to the bathroom?" Right? Because if I say, "Can I go to the bathroom?" or "Can I go to the toilet?" it's not polite enough in the eyes of the teachers. So we used to have an English teacher who actually said to us, "Yes, you can, but you may not." So what he was saying is that you physically are capable of going to the toilet, but you are not given the permission to do so. And then he would say, "Ask me again." And then some, like, the students that weren't paying attention would be like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" But what they actually should say is, "May I go to the bathroom?" So he was super strict. Yeah, he was really strict.
Yeah, that is very strict.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Oh, God. Is it like that in everyday life, though?
In school?
No, just in everyday life. Like, if you're at home and you're like, may I go to the bathroom?
I don't even think I've ever said, "May I do something?" to my own parents. Maybe that's what they wanted. So I'm sorry, guys, if you're listening. But I don't think that we would use "may" on quite the same level. I remember saying it once when I was on work experience, like in a company when I was 16. And the person, I was like, "Oh, may I just go and do something?" And he was like, "May I?" Like, whoa, that's so formal. So nowadays, you would only use it if the person is very, very far above you and you're trying to be very, very polite. I think that...
I think it's interesting that "may" is sort of used to express politeness, because I find that in many languages that I know, it's the conditional that expresses the politeness. Instead of saying "can I," you're saying kind of "could I."
Yeah.
In a way.
But I think it's like from informal to formal, you have, for example, "Give me that pen." "Can you give me that pen?" "Could you give me that pen?" And "May I have that pen?" Right?
Oh my God, English.
Yeah.
This is why we are trying to make it easier for you guys.
Yeah, it's awful because you have like 2 grades of formality normally, right? So people always say, "What's the difference between informal and formal English?" There's like maybe 5 different ways of being formal, and it depends on the circumstance. Of course, there's no point thinking of it that deeply because using "may" can be considered very, very, very formal in some situations. But if you're feeling like it would be appropriate, maybe you don't know that person, it's a good idea to use "may" if you feel like it could be necessary. But yeah, the conditional's good too. Absolutely. Speaking of which, when we use the conditional, it tends to be in these kinds of situations where we're talking about maybe possibilities in the future, right? My example I always give is, I have a day off. I don't have to go to work tomorrow. There's many things I could do. So there's possibilities in the future. I can also use "might" in that case. Might and "may" on many occasions are used in the same way in English, and English people don't really distinguish them very much. And this is one of those examples. When you're talking about perhaps possibilities in the future or predictions about the present or future, we tend to use "might" or "may" in exactly the same way. So for instance, if I say, "Where's Anna?" I could say, "She might be in the kitchen," or I could say, "She may be in the kitchen." I think that the thing that lots of students need to avoid is saying, "Maybe she is in the kitchen," because we don't use the word "maybe" with the present tense. It doesn't sound right? So what we want you to do is when you're making these predictions in the future or in the present about the possibilities, what you could do, instead of saying "could," you can also say "might" or "may." Pretty nice. Right? We can do the same thing in the past, though, right? I'm going to give you an example, Anna. I actually lost my headphones in my university last week. It was very embarrassing because I was like running around university going, oh my god, I don't know where I put my headphones. And I had a conversation with you about it afterwards, and we talked about where my headphones might have been left, or where I might have left my headphones, right? And I said I might have left them in the classroom, I might have left them in the cafeteria, or I might have left them in the library, right? So all of these things, if I want to talk about the past, possibilities in the past, or predictions about the past, we say might have instead of just might. All right? Pretty easy, no? Easy enough. You were asking me, before we started recording, actually, the difference between might and may when they're used in the same context, no? Because it's like, what's the point in having two different words? If you're talking about the weather, for instance, it might rain or it may rain. Like, what's the difference? Any ideas?
I don't know. Like, I'm not a native speaker, but to me, like, I would never use may. I don't know why. I would always say, oh, it might rain. I don't. Maybe for me, maybe I haven't heard people use it that much. Maybe it is more polite. I don't know.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
Share
right.
your secrets, Emily. Share your secrets.
Yeah, no, you're totally right about that. Because, so for example, if we use the weather, if I look into the sky and I'm like, ooh, there are some clouds, it might rain. That's just my deduction because I've seen with my own eyes. But when you are watching the weather forecast, they might say may when they're talking about chances of rain because they have more evidence. So people say that the difference between may and might is actually that might expresses a lesser degree of certainty. So I can say might when it's just like my personal opinion and I don't have any evidence to back it up. Whereas may would be like a strong certainty about hypothetical events because I have the evidence. Maybe I am a scientist, a meteorologist, and I know that it's going to rain this evening or something like that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, like we said, there are some people that just use it as a style preference. You know, people that want to sound like Harry Potter or Sherlock might just use may because whatever, right? But the difference between may and might in these particular cases tend to overlap. They are like the same, and that's very frustrating. But I think if there's anything that you're going to remember, might is more commonly used, as you rightly said. May is used for permission-based things, asking, refusing, or offering permission or giving permission. And we can, if we want to put our guesses or our predictions in the past, instead of just saying might, we say might have. Or instead of saying may, we say may have, right? Easy. Couldn't be easier, right?
Easy, yeah.
Easy
I love that.
peasy.
It's always may or might. Like, it's never, you don't have to actually conjugate the word in itself. So
There you go. Anna always taking the positives from the difficult grammar situations, right? You don't have to conjugate it, except for the fact that you have to, if you use it in the past, you have to remember the past participle and
yeah, but you don't have to do anything to the word might itself.
True. It would be
And
quite
that's
funny.
the most important thing.
It would be really funny if you said like he mays, but it would be wrong.
He may. He might. He mighted. He mighted.
I am mighting. Oh my god. I feel like we're just like we're trying to help and we're actually making things worse.
Yeah, but that's this whole channel, isn't it?
Hey. We're the grammar police, not the grammar criminals. Considering that we have gone through the majority of the theory with may or might, I think what would be useful for our viewers is to listen to a conversation, a normal conversation, where may and might are used, recognize the different uses, and make a note of them, because honestly, these are the main uses of may and might. And if we can help you with this one small thing, I'm sure that this will help you in your exams. Such an important difference.
Definitely. And if you have any questions, let us know.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments below what sentences you've heard from us using may or might, not just in this episode, but in all of the other episodes too. We would like you to listen to the following audio and pay attention to the moments where Anna or I say may or might. Try to make a note of what each of these words could mean in each situation. Enjoy the audio. Yo, Anna.
Hey, Emily, what's up?
Oh, nothing. I was just hoping that you'd have the answers to the maths homework.
Oh, come on, Emily.
What? Please, you know I'd help you with your Spanish homework if you asked for it.
You can at least ask politely.
Okay. May I have the answers to the maths homework, please?
Okay, fine. Let me see, though. I might not have the answers in my bag.
Oh, come on, you must have them. We have to hand in the answers after lunch today, remember?
Yeah, oh no. I might have lost them.
Oh no, seriously? What are you going to do?
Okay, let me think. Can you help me find them?
Sure. Where might you have left the papers?
I think there's 2 places I've been at school. I might have left them in the library or in English class.
I'll check the library if you want.
Yes, and I might go and speak to the teacher now to let her know that I've lost the homework.
No, don't panic about that. Tell you what, we have 30 minutes before class starts. Why don't we do the questions together?
That's not a bad idea. Maybe if I teach you the topic, you might stop asking me for answers all the time.
Oh, Anna, it can't be that bad.
Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions related to the topic, and we will try our best to respond to you. Please subscribe to the channel for a new podcast episode every Saturday, as well as essential tips during the week. See you next time!